What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Fan Racing Quick Pick Show. This week, we are going to take a quick peek at Daytona. We got the final regular season race for the Cup Series. So, we're going to take a look at that one, give you a couple plays for this slate, and hopefully help you out a little bit more than we did last week. Last week was rough. I feel like if I touched a driver, they were going to have a bad race. So, very, very bad, rough start. We will look to ignore it completely, act like it never happened, and hopefully put our best foot forward this week for Daytona. Um, Daytona, as pretty much everyone knows at this point, is just a crash fest with the Cup Series. It has basically been that way for the past, I don't know, 5 years or so. It just seems like guys have stopped caring and it's just go for broke. We've seen an average of 13.6 cars finish on the lead lap, which is ridiculous. So roughly about a third of cars finish on the lead lap. Roughly 17 DNFs on average over the last 5 Daytona races, which is pretty bad. And then another roughly 9 or so that'll finish a lap or 2 down with damage. So realistically, there's almost 25 cars that are getting caught up in accidents, finishing off the lead lap and not really getting good results. So these races have been chaotic. We typically see the same amount of cautions, 7 or 8 in the last 5 races. That's been the exact same. The carnage levels have been pretty much the exact same. Everything's been roughly the exact same. So, it's just one of those things where you got to prepare for that. You're going to have to play some guys in the back. You're also going to have to play some guys in the front. So it's not just about one track mind. If you're playing cash, I do kind of recommend playing those guys starting towards the back. It's the most likely way to build. But try and take down those GPPs. You're going to need some guys starting towards the front. So as always, I'm going to give 3 plays. We're mixing up a little bit differently. Daytona, you can leave $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on the table easily. So I'm not as worried about salary restrictions or anything like that. But I do got 3 plays I'm pretty happy about, and we'll give those out now. So first one, favorite cash play of the week is Corey LaJoie. I think this is probably pretty obvious, and that's the whole point. Starts 37th. He's finished 18th or better in 7 of the last 9 Daytona races. There was also a 21st in there. So basically, anything side top 20 is going to score really well for this play. Should score over 40 points at that point. So really, really good option there and offers the ability to score well. He also has top 5 upside even at Daytona sometimes. So I love LaJoie. I think this is a clear cash play. He should be super high in ownership. And then usually almost always delivers a good result. Even if he doesn't, the rest of the field's going down with you. So love LaJoie. Next up is going to be my favorite GPP play. This one's also probably not going to see a lot of surprise faces when I name them, but it's Denny Hamlin, 10,200, one of the highest price guys on the slate, but again, salary doesn't matter. He starts 19th. He's won here 3 times and has 11 top 5s and 35 career starts. Essentially, roughly 30% of the time he's finishing top 5. From 19th starting position, that would be fantastic. He also has the ability to just finish top 10, and score really well. So Hamlin's a guy that's a threat for the win, threat for a top 5, has huge upside. There's a lot of guys like William Byron, Chase Elliott, really the entire Hendrick crew with Alex Bowman involved as well, all starting towards the back that are going to get a bunch of ownership. There's going to be quite a few place differential plays that do see a decent amount of ownership. So I don't expect Denny Hamlin to be super heavily owned, but he will see a decent amount of ownership as well. But I do think his upside's there. And anytime you get a guy that's really good on this style of racing and can win, the Toyotas look fast as a whole as well. So I like Denny Hamlin a lot. And then finally, my favorite contrarian play, someone that's going to hopefully come in at low ownership and potentially finish in the top 5, is going to be Austin Cindric. 7,300. Salary doesn't matter. Start 16th. That does matter. So typically what you'll see in Daytona slates, a lot of the guys starting top 10 don't see a lot of ownership because if they crash out, their floors are horrific, right? Occasionally a guy like Ryan Blaney starting 8th will get some ownership just because he's so good at this style of racing. You'll see that type of play work out. And then the guys in the teens often get ignored, and for good reason, especially when they don't have a good pedigree. Like Brad Keselowski will get ownership for being Brad Keselowski, but an Austin Cindric doesn't typically get ownership. A lot of these middle-of-the-road drivers who start in the teens will not get ownership because the floors are so bad, and the expectation is that they won't win or won't finish up front. Austin Cindric, I believe, has the best average finish of anyone in the Cup Series at Daytona. Technically second behind Riley Herbst, but Herbst has 1 start. In his 4 starts, his average finish is right around 10.5. So that's really, really good. He finished 1st and 3rd here last year. So the upside's there. Penske cars are always fast on super speedways. Fords as a whole are super fast this year on this track type because of their body and the lack of drag that they have. So they have a little bit better downforce package than the other two manufacturers, which helps Penske, helps Stewart-Haas. Stewart-Haas has 5 of the top 10 starters. So if you count Riley Herbst, who's in a Stewart-Haas car. So I really like Cindric. I like the fact that he has top 10, top 5 upside. He should go pretty low owned overall, and that could be a good contrarian play to hopefully get a little bit of ownership leverage while you are attacking some chalkier plays maybe with that lineup. That'll do it for us. I will hopefully do better this time around. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. As always, if you can like it, share it. Leave a comment below. Let me know who your favorite plays of the race are. And subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow this thing and get us above 500. That's the next goal. So hopefully I can make 50 cents or something a month on it. But anyways, appreciate you guys checking out, and best of luck.